Welcome back, everyone. So today we're going to talk about Lori Vallow a little bit more, and we're going to discuss the recent court filings that her attorney filed alleging a whole series of different improprieties and illegal activity on the part of the state, mainly the prosecuting attorney in this case. Her attorney filed in this court, the state court filing, that they believe that the state, the DA, has coerced witnesses against Lori, has unduly influenced material witnesses to these alleged crimes, has intimidated witnesses to change their testimony against Lori, and also that they may have violated Lori's civil rights and due process. Now, I'm not an attorney. We all know that. And if you don't know, and if you're new here, don't forget to hit that like button and down below, and subscribe for more great content just like this, 4 days a week. So back to Lori. Her defense would be doing her an injustice if they did not file these papers and allege these type of things. It's a tactic more than anything at all. These charges can be completely baseless, and any good judge will look at these and say, okay, what is the take one at a time and say, all right, is there any evidence that they coerced a witness? And from the audio file on this, because it's all recorded, I don't see it. And of course, I have not heard the complete audio file. There was parts of it that were leaked online by not a YouTube creator, but by, oddly enough, it was the person who posted it on a link on Reddit. So, but I did listen to the small part that they had. Now, is it been altered? I can't say that for sure or not. But anyways, getting back to the case. So any good judge will listen, and look at each and every factor in this and say, okay, well, did they coerce the witnesses? No. Did they violate her rights? No. Did they do any of this, and this, and they're going to find no, and they're going to strike it down, and then we'll go on our merry little way and continue with the court dates and everything else like they should. Again, her defense would be doing her an injustice if they didn't file something along these lines or these exact charges, and trying to get the DA removed. Now, there's several reasons why they would want the DA removed. He's a damn good attorney, number one. He has prosecuted high-profile cases like this in the past, and has won. He always aligns his ducks in a row and goes for, what some people may say is the jugular. He knows exactly what he's doing. He knows how to get things done. And everything that you would want as a defense attorney. But unfortunately for Lori, this man is going to put her away in prison for an awfully long time. So, the other accusations are that the DA influenced or may have coerced Zulma, who is Alex Cox's widow, ex-girlfriend, whatever you want to call her. I'm still waiting, to see if they actually did legally marry, or if it was like, a quickie justice of the peace marriage. Not all those filings necessarily come up on county records, so yeah, I can't say for sure 100% that they legally married or not. Some people say that they did, some people say they didn't, but that's neither here nor there. I'm not trying to decide if he was legally married before he died. Because it really doesn't play into the fact that I believe that Alex Cox really was the, the muscle behind everything that Lori wanted. Lori wanted someone hurt, Alex did it. Lori wanted someone dead, he did it. And he did it all at her command. He never went rogue and did anything outside of that on his own. So, and when later on, if they do file murder charges against Lori and Chad, it's going to be fairly easy to prove that Alex was, the muscle, the person who was the enforcer. Excuse me. Because going back to when, the custody disagreements with, with all her exes, Alex was always there as the muscle to enforce what she wanted and to make sure that she got her way. Doesn't mean that, they won't be able to be found guilty of manslaughter. No, they can definitely be found guilty of manslaughter or murder for hire, especially if they can prove that, in the case of Ty Lee, if she was, she ever crossed state borders with the intent that she was to be murdered once she got back to Idaho. If they can prove that, man, that's a murder for hire case right there, and it's going to be pretty easy to prove that, at least in my view. And again, I'm not an attorney. I'm just like you, trying to make heads or sense. And sorry about the stupid, I'm in my truck, obviously, and so the accusations are pretty much going to get struck down. I'm pretty sure of it in short order, and then they're going to come back and they're going to, go move forward to the next step in this case. And quickly, for those who think that there might have been a constitutional issue, there wasn't. Now, is it legal for the DA to talk to a witness who who's going to be testifying for the state before the actual trial? Yes, ladies and gentlemen, this happens every day of the week and year. It happens all the time. Why does the DA do something like this? It's really simple. You witness a crime, all right? And you witness a crime, you have a testimony that you're going to give in court on that actual crime. The DA wants to sit down with you, either on a phone or in person, and say, look, tell me what you saw. Okay, and then what the DA will say, all right, and we're going to leave our personal opinions of the person, how you felt about this person. We're going to leave that off, and out of the, the court proceedings. Don't talk about that. All right. Even if you are asked by the defense, briefly touch on it, but don't go into too much about how Lori stole your sweater when you guys were in high school, or Lori owed you $30. Don't talk about that stuff. It's not important to the actual charges, and it's not important to this. That's not coercion, and that is not witness tampering. They want to keep you on track when you give your testimony. It's not illegal. The state does it. The defense does it all the time. They want to keep you on the stand just long enough for you to tell the facts that and your side of the story, and that's it. Keep the gossip, keep the rumors, keep the hate, keep the love, keep all that stuff off of the witness stand. Just talk about the charges, the facts in the case. And for them to say that this was coercion or influencing of somebody who was testifying for the state, none of these people that they allege that the DA may have witness tampered with was testifying for the defense. They're all testifying for the state. They're in their legal rights to talk to them. If they went out and said, okay, we're going to talk to Chad, and we're going to get Chad to change his story, that'd be a different story completely. Or if they talk to Melanie Gibbs and she decides she's not going to testify for the state, she's going to testify for the defense because she thinks her best girl, her bestie, is being railroaded. And they went to her and they said, okay, tell us your testimony again. Okay, now change this part. All right, that would make Lori more guilty. No, See, that would be witness tampering. You can't do that. But that's not what they did in this case. In this case, they talked to people who were listed and are on the witness rolls for people who were going to testify for the state. So, no witness tampering there. And from what I understand, and from those who actually heard the audio file as well, like I was talking about, it sounds like just basic conversation between the DA and a witness. And nowhere in there did you hear the DA say to the person. I'm not 100% sure, so I'm not going to put up the name of the person that is supposedly the first person they talked to. But Soma is also on that recording, so those recordings as well. But the first person, you can't hear anywhere at all a suggestion of you need to change your testimony, you need to do this, you need to say that. No, it's just, matter of factly, look, all right, so tell us about your relationship with this individual, how you know them. Okay, let's keep it at that. Not saying, oh, don't talk about this, don't ever go in this area. That never came up at all. Now, again, the state has put a complete, kibosh on releasing this audio recording. And it very well may come out down the road, maybe in a year from now, maybe 5 years from now, I don't know. But, things like this do have a tendency to be released after the case has been finalized. And they are able to, wrap this up. Again, I know people are going to ask, when are they going to file murder charges against Lori and Chad? Ladies and gentlemen, I understand the desire to want to see murder charges against them, but please understand this entire thing. And legal cases like this is like a giant chess match. What the state is trying to do right now is they are going to prove the coercion, destruction of evidence. They're going to prove that. And once they prove that, it's going to make it so much easier for them to be able to file murder charges against Lori and Chad, all right, afterwards, because they will have already met the first portion of the burden of proof. And just like in a chess match, you can't move, certain pieces without getting the knights out of the way. You have to have the little pawns. You have to move the pawns out of the way first. And it's a whole strategy. You can't just jump to the ultimate conclusion of finding them guilty of murder without doing X, Y, and Z and dotting all your I's and crossing all your T's. You have to follow it in order. And if you've ever watched any high-profile cases, for example, like the Scott Peterson case, in Lacey, you'll understand just how long these cases can take. They can take forever, it seems, when you already know what the eventual outcome is going to be. So that's where we're at, ladies and gentlemen. I hope that you got something useful out of this. Again, if you're not a subscriber, click that subscribe button down below. Hit that thumbs up button. I'd appreciate it if everyone would do that, even if you just occasionally watch my channel. I would love to see you around. Thank you very much. Have a good day. Well, hello there. welcome to the end of the video. Would you like to become a channel member or a Patreon supporter? Live links to become either or both are in the video description of every episode that I put out. I would appreciate if you'd check it out and consider becoming either a Patreon supporter or a channel member. You can do so for as little as $1 a month or 6 cents a day. Thank you very much for checking it out. I appreciate it. And love to each and every one of you who help support this content and keep this channel alive.